Hey, welcome back. This is video number 2, and what I'm going to talk to you guys about here is the down payment, right? So if you want to buy your very first home, let's talk about the down payment. Let me go ahead and get rid of myself here so you can see the actual information. All right, here we go. So what we're going to discuss here is the down payment, right? Everybody knows you need a down payment, but I don't know if you guys know about all the different programs, right? That the banks and or what do you call those things? Credit unions offer. Now the thing is that although all banks and all credit unions are going to be similar, they're all going to offer something different, okay? They're all going to offer something different, right? For example, most first-time home buyer programs, right? Home buyer programs will have a option for 3% down payment. Some of them are 5% down payment programs, right? And you understand this, right? So 3% meaning of the purchase price, right? So let's just say, for argument's sake, you're buying $100,000. You're borrowing $100,000 to buy a condo, right? So 3%. Let me do it correctly. Here. Multiply by 3%. That's going to be. That's good. Yes, I know it's 3%. It's doing the math for me. Okay, it's going to be $3,000. Okay, it's going to be 3,000. Stop that. All right, 3% is going to be $3,000. All right, if it's 5%, then you know you're gonna have to pay. You put $5,000 down. Okay, very simple. All right, those are common. If you are a veteran, right? If you are a veteran, then you have the option of not putting anything down, right? It's 0%, no money down. That exists. That's true with a veteran loan. There are some banks and some credit unions that might have a no money down program. I know of someone, an associate of mine, who back in November, or was it November? Anyway, when did he close on it? Yeah, he closed on his apartment on the first week of December, and the bank, it wasn't a no money down, but the bank actually asked him, they said, hey, would you like for us to give you a $10,000 grant? And he said, sure, I'll take it. So that's a no money down, right? He didn't even know about it. They just offered it to him. They just gave him $10,000 grant. Now they probably did that so they could write it off at the off the books at the end of the year. But either way, he didn't even know about it, and they offered him $10,000. They gave him a $10,000 grant. I didn't even know about it, but he came to me at the end of January. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna file my taxes, and the bank gave me this money." And I said, "They gave you money?" He goes, "Yeah, they gave me this $10,000 grant. I didn't even know." And he showed me his paperwork, and I said, "Okay, yeah, just fill it out here. Don't worry about it." So you never know. You have to ask, right? You should be calling banks, right? Let's just say you're going to buy a house. You should be calling banks, calling credit unions, right? Calling them and asking them, hey, what kind of programs do you offer? What do you have, right? What do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? I'm gonna apply for a mortgage, and I want to know what kind of, what offers you have. Okay, call them. They're gonna quickly want to get you into the bank and run your credit. Tell them, listen, I'm calling you to find out what you're offering, right? Because you could go online. They probably tell you, go onto our website, right? But you may or may not get all the information you need on the website, right? So go ahead and call them. You know what? Let me go online real quick and see. Let's see if we can go to, let's see Wells Fargo. Let's see if Wells Fargo, what kind of what they're offering. Any type of Wells Fargo. Auto loans, home loans. Let's see. Buy a home. Check mortgage rates. Shop for homes. Oh, look at that thing. First-time home buyers. Look at low down payment options. All right. So let's go to first-time home buyers and see what do they have. Home buying made simpler. Wells Fargo has programs and resources to put home ownership within reach, so your first home may be closer than you think. Quickly, they want you to get pre-qualified. Look at that. They want you to put your information in there, right? But we're not going to waste our time with that unless you want to do that. But again, I don't want you to give up your social security number. I want you to get as much information for free without giving up any of your information before you figure out who you want to go to, right? Look, 3% down payment mortgage. Wells Fargo's fixed rate dream plan home mortgage loans. We offer FHA loans and VHA loans for eligible. See, up to $5,000 for closing costs. Down payment assistance program. All right. So they have all these things. See, make sure you're financially ready. Get pre-qualified. Shop for homes. Make an offer. Finalize your loan. Close the deal. All right. This pre-qualified here. This is what all banks, all loan officers are going to try to get you to give up your social security number so you could get, so they could run your credit. Don't let anybody run your credit until you know what they are offering you. All right. Let's find another bank. Let's see. Let's go to Chase. Chase is possibly one of the biggest banks, right? If not the biggest bank. Let's see if they are offering anything. Home loans. Let's go to home loans. Buy a home. Helpful home buying stats are here. Starts here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What are they offering? First time home buyers program. Experienced home buyers. Second home or investment properties. Ooh, I didn't even know. Let's go to first time home buyers. All right. Prepare with our checklist. Finding a home. Mortgage options. That's what we want. Mortgage options. All right. Conventional loans, mortgage with lower down payments, mortgages for higher priced real estate. So let's go with mortgage options. A Dream Maker mortgage has a down payment options as low as 3%. So obviously this Dream Maker is a new thing in the country. They're calling it the Dream Maker. 3% down. FHA, what do they have? An FHA mortgage is a government-insured loan that offers down payments as low as 3.5. FHA loans come with the 15, 20, 25, or 30-year term. All right, real quick here. Never, ever, this is my opinion, never, ever take anything less than 30 years. All right? Never, ever take any loan that's less than 30 years. Loan officers will try to convince you. They'll try to get you to take a 15-year or 20. Do not let them trick you into taking anything less than 30 years. Matter of fact, if you could talk them into giving you a 40 or a 50-year, do that. I'll make a whole video on that as to why I say that. All right, I don't want to get into that right now. And then they have veterans loans as well. Which one works for you? Conforming, FHA, Dream Maker, VA, Jumbo. I don't want to go into all of these because I want to make these videos as short as possible. I just want you to see what is available, right? Navy Federal Credit Union, right? I'm a member of this bank, because I'm a veteran. Let's see what they have to offer. Personal business membership. Okay. I know they do. They give out VA loans. I don't see anything. Interesting. Home buying made easy. Here we go. All right, here we go. Exceptional services and amazing mortgages, blah, blah, blah. Learn home buying basics. Find out how much I can afford. Apply for a mortgage. Explore refi, equity loan. That's for someone who already owns a house. Let's see what they have here for applying for a mortgage. I don't want to apply. I just wanted to click on it. and they want me to log in. So we're not going to go ahead and do that. Let's go back to Wells Fargo because I think they had something that I wanted to look at. Home loans, refinance first time. Oh, low down payment options, right? Low down payment, $10,000 for a down payment. There you go. There you go. The Home Buyer Access Grant provides $10,000 in down payment assistance intended for borrowers who earn up to 120% of the area median income. Available only in select locations. Can be combined with other select assistance. See, that is amazing right there. Right there. All right. Boom. Get that $10,000 or 5,000, up to 5,000 for closing costs and a 3%. I'm pretty sure you can't combine these, but you never know. Call them, find out. Like I said, call them. Call them first. Don't allow them to get your social security number and run your credit yet, okay? I hope I didn't veer off too much, but I just wanted you to know about that option, right? So down payments. Now you pretty much have a decent idea of down payments, but let me go ahead and talk to you a little bit more about down payments, right? We're still here in the down payment section, right? You're allowed, right? You are allowed to have someone gift you a down payment. You're allowed that. Okay, you're allowed someone to give you the down payment money. All right, and things might have changed here and there, but again, when you're talking to your loan officer, say, hey, I have a cousin, or I have an ex-girlfriend, or I have an ex-husband, or whomever. I got my grandparents. They're willing to gift me the down payment. Is that okay, right? And let's just say you went to Wells Fargo and they say, hey, you don't need somebody to gift you that because we're going to give you the $10,000 assistance, right? Or let's just say that you go to Chase and you want to use Chase for whatever, and they say, no, you can't do that. We won't allow that. So then go to another bank that will allow you to do that. That's it. You're not stuck. You have options, okay? And tell them, listen, if I can't get gifted, then I'm going to go to another bank unless you allow me to do it. And they might say yay and they might say nay. You make your choice. Remember, you are in control. You have to know that you have options. You have to know that you are in control. You have to be in control. This is why I'm making these videos, to give you some information. Okay? All right? Now, another thing about the down payment. A lot of people are going to tell you, hey, you should put at least a 20% down payment down, because that way you don't have to pay what is called PMI. What is PMI? All right, PMI, or primary mortgage insurance. This is when the bank imposes upon you to pull out an insurance on the mortgage, just in case if you default on the mortgage. All right, they'll make you pay a certain amount. Now, when do they do this? They do this if you borrow more than 80% of the value of the property. Okay, what does that mean? Let's just say you're borrowing $100,000, right? Okay, let's just say you're borrowing $100,000 from the bank, and the let's just say you're buying a house, for $100,000, right? You're buying a house for $100,000. That's the purchase price. You're going to borrow $80,000, right? That's 80% loan to value. Okay, they're gonna want you to get PMI because you're borrowing 80% of the value. Now, if you were borrowing $90,000, right, then they wouldn't impose that upon you. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video. I didn't want to go too deep because I want to make these videos short but packed with information. Bottom line, right? Call the banks, get all the info that you can on what they are offering. Okay, before giving up your social security number. All right. So I'll move on to the next video. I wanted to give you this. I hope this gives you some good information. Thank you for watching. Move on to the next video. God bless. Talk to you later.